WZR Radio starts now. You can join us in the live chat room at WZROnline.com/chat, or call into the show at 518-712-3070.
I'm coming up for air so I can check myself again, and I stand proven to the man but sheltered, confident pretend.
Now, here are your hosts, Matt Boone and Ryan Clark.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday, September 7th, 2010 edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com. I am, as always, your host, Ryan Clark, and we're going to be here for the next 2 hours talking pro wrestling. Lots of stuff to talk about. We had TNA No Surrender from this past Sunday night, Monday Night Raw from last night, and news and rumors over the past week as well. Before we get to all that, Chris Haller, what's crack-a-lackin', my man?
Oh, what's going on, bro?
Same old, my man. Busy.
Yeah, I feel you on that, bro. So busy this past week and a half, man.
Yeah, it's been pretty brutal, man. We had, like I said, TNA pay-per-view on Sunday night and Monday Night Raw last night as well, man. And then a lot of news, man. A lot of news, you know.
Oh yeah, especially, and then we got a lot of stuff from last week to talk about, since we had the special edition last week and we didn't get to all of that.
Yeah, Daddy-o. We are, like I said, we're going to be here for 2 hours tonight. Lots to talk about. One thing I got to let you know, let's get some plugs out of the way, and then we'll move on. Probably do TNA No Surrender first, and then move on to Monday Night Raw. Get through all of that in hour number 1, and then in hour number 2, we will open up the phone lines for you guys. Let you guys call in, ask questions, things like that. So let's do some plugs here real quick. One thing, throughout the day today, my internet, there's a cable goes through the wall, and weak connection or something. So I've got to get a Time Warner up in this bitch, and we got to get this fixed. So I don't know what to do. Hopefully for the next 2 hours. Basically what happens is when it goes down, I unplug it from the wall, plug it back in, and we're good to go. Hopefully for the next 2 hours, we won't have to do that. And if that happens,
myself.
Yeah, you'll either be talking to yourself, or we're all gonna get dropped here, and we'll be back in a few seconds. I mean, it won't be.
So don't go anywhere, get it?
Nah, we'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes if that happens. Hopefully it won't, so we won't have any problems. What else? We've got our live chat. A lot of haters in there tonight. WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. Get in there. Lots and lots of people there. We'll do chat shout-outs here in a little bit. Cena, sure. Matt, Technician, haters gonna hate. My dog. That's how it is, right?
Hell yeah. Let haters hate.
Let haters hate.
It just means they care.
Well,
they'll always be back.
They're here, my man. They're here tonight. Right?
So obviously, whether you hate or whether you love us, we must be doing something right if you're here.
Word. WZROnline.com/chat. Get in the live chat room tonight. One other note here is I went back and listened to the archive from last week's show. You guys know that we were live from the Times Union Center in Albany, New York, at the SmackDown tapings, and I'm going to say this, my man, it is brutal. I said it last week, I said it before we went in. I knew that last week's show was going to be a complete train wreck, and that's what it was. You did your best, man. Give you props, man, because you did your best to host, and it's just
trying.
you get in there and you don't realize how many people are around you and how loud it is in that arena, man. And to just have to scream through the phone basically everything that's going down second by second. I mean, it's tough. So we tried. And
I mean, it couldn't have been that. I mean, it might not have sounded great to us, dude, but it was a little bit of a success considering how many people we had in the chat room for it. There was over 70 people.
Well, people are always going to come for live SmackDown spoilers, and we do it every time that they're in Albany. So hopefully the coverage on the websites with the photos and everything else last Tuesday was good enough for you guys, and then I know that last week's show wasn't anything off the charts, but we tried our best, and that's all we can say, right? So,
exactly.
And they announced that WWE's coming back to the TU Center in Albany. They are coming back December...
Was that? I think you said the 28th, wasn't it?
Is it the 27th or 28th?
I think it was the 28th that you had on there.
All right, we'll say the 28th, but they're coming for a Monday Night Raw. So what I was thinking, I got to talk to Rob about this, but I was thinking we may broadcast live, like we could do a special show on Monday night, right, prior to Raw, just to give like live notes, just like an hour. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We broadcast live from inside the arena, do Superstars tapings and stuff like that, and then obviously Raw would air live, but we could go live from like 8 to 9 Eastern time on the Sun. I mean, we'll talk about it once we get closer, you know, but that would work.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And I think people would enjoy it. Like I said, you know, spoilers and stuff like that, people like, so. Yeah,
no doubt. So we'll probably, we'll try to work something out. December 28th, Monday Night Raw coming back to Albany. Yeah, that's crazy, man, because the attendance last week at SmackDown was well, the entire, the lower deck was full, but the entire top deck was empty. I mean, they had curtains.
Oh, wow.
I mean... Nobody was up top at all from one side of the arena to the other. So I'm thinking, gee, actually it's the 27th. Ant Master, thanks in the chat room for that. But
27th.
Yeah, but I mean, God, the upper deck. And then I'm thinking, Jesus, they're never going to come back here. You know, this is a TV. This is a TV taping, and we've probably got 6,000 people in the building, and then they announce a Monday Night Raw. You know, I mean, it kind of came as a shock, you know. But
yeah, well, I'm really interested. I'm going to be going to the TNA house show in Grand Rapids, Michigan, in October. I'm really interested in seeing the attendance there because I know their attendance for the live shows, man, they haven't been that great, you know.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though, okay, where, I mean, we can get into this WWE versus TNA debate all day, right?
We usually do.
Some of these people, where's my boy Rob? Ace Rob in the chat room, some of these guys in the chat room, gotta get him, my man, gotta get him. Some of these guys are haters tonight, my man. WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. But, no, we can get into this debate all day with WWE versus TNA attendance at house shows, this and that, but WWE was in Cape Cod, and they ran their tent shows last weekend. You know what I mean? And they drew like 1,500, 2,000 people. And TNA, I mean, WWE house shows draw, I don't know, you know, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people sometimes. TNA is drawing, you know, 1,200 to 1,500. So, I mean, if you were to compare, I mean, let's just compare last weekend, for example. You know, WWE versus TNA house show. WWE drew 1,800, 1,900, you know, for the Cape Cod tent shows, and TNA draws 1,500, you know, so they're not all that far. It all depends on the market, obviously. That's just one weekend. WWE normally destroys them, but it's just the fact of, you know, have you ever been to a TNA live event?
I've never been to a TNA live event yet, so this will be my first TNA live event.
Yeah, see,
well, I went to Hardcore Justice, but like I said, that's not like a live event.
Right. Well, I mean, one thing that you'll see, like, if anybody ever attends a TNA live event, like, as soon as you walk through the doors, you'll have the merchandise table, and you'll have guys like Don West, Velvet Sky. There'll be talents behind the merchandise table, and then after the show is over, as fans are walking out through the door, Jeff Jarrett will be standing at the door, you know, signing autographs. And it's just a really, if you want, and you know, after the show where a lot of the talents come out and they do autographs and they invite people into the ring, I mean, you just don't see that in WWE. So for the guys that, you know, I mean, if you want to go to a really interactive live event, TNA is your place to be, you know.
Oh yeah, I was just about that. You just nailed it on the head. Like, you know, even at Hardcore Justice, man, they had so many like fan interaction, you know, just like every day, you know, the whole weekend. So they're a lot more, you know, fan-friendly with the interaction than WWE is, like you just said.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. You know, and you don't see that at WWE live events where they invite fans to come into the ring after the show is over, and it's just really, really interactive. A lot of the house show reports that we get from TNA live events are, you know, people walk out of those shows, you know, with their head held high, with a smile on their face, you know what I mean? So,
definitely.
It works out. Guys, once again, get to the chat room, WZROnline.com/chat. What else? How was your weekend, my man?
It was pretty busy, man. I actually had a little bit of fun. Let's see, Friday night, well, I'm back in East Lansing now, so Friday night I went home for the long weekend for Labor Day, bro, and, Friday night, we went to Mount Clemens, Michigan, to a couple bars there. Didn't get home till about 4 in the morning. Saturday night, I went bowling with a group of family and friends, and that was pretty crazy. Then,
do you hear that IM noise or no?
Yes, I do. It's not me.
Son of a bitch, man. Yeah, it's me. Is it coming over the live stream, though?
Yes. I don't know if it's coming over the live stream.
All right. I gotta find out. Anyways, okay.
Anyways. We went bowling, man. That was a blast. Then we went to this bonfire, and then Sunday had the pay-per-view, and then I also had a barbecue. So that was really the weekend, kind of chill. What about you?
No doubt. My buddy Dave's birthday was on Friday, so I went out to dinner. I went over to a place called Kay's. I've mentioned that before here on WZR Radio. So I went out there, had a few pitchers of beer at the bar. Oops, people can't hear that. Only you and me. Yeah, so we're good on that. But so just ignore it every time it happens. But anyways, we went out, had a couple, had a couple pitchers of beers, and so that was that Friday night. Came back home, and then on Saturday, I actually had to go back up to Dave's. We've got I drive a Tiburon, and we've got the entire engine is out of the car into a billion fucking pieces, man, and we've got to put this thing back together. Bad rod that was in the middle of the engine. We had to take this thing out, and so that's where we stand. Had to go and help him with the car, and then we moved some furniture, and then the start of college football was on Saturday, my man, and you know me, man, with NFL and college football, man, you guys are going to have to get used to it. It is football time, and every week we're going to be talking football here, so get used to it.
How about that, Virginia Tech game? Did you see that 33-30?
Last night, Boise State. Yeah, man, that was fucking. They had 80,000 people there last night, bro.
Yeah,
80,000. I mean, that's like a BCS bowl game.
Yeah, I know. That is freaking crazy. And Virginia Tech, dude, they had so many opportunities to win it. They just had so many drop passes.
Yeah. I mean, it was we had that on the background. I had to go do my fantasy football draft last night. I'm in 2 different fantasy football leagues, and then I'm in another one that's like a weekly pool where you can win money weekly and